Good morning. It is November 22nd. I don't know if we've seen this kitty or not, but that definitely is a kitty I could bring home. I say that every time, don't I? So it is 10:45, and I've been up for, I don't know, a little while. I tidied up a bit and got some laundry going and just did my journaling and all that business and having my second cup of coffee. And I've decided I should change my clock. That's from before the time change. Yeah, I'll put that on my list of things to do. I've decided today I'm going to tackle. I don't want to show myself in the mirror. I look like a crazy lady. This caulking is so bad, and I've been living with that. Isn't that the prettiest little soap dispenser? I got that when I was out with my sister. Got that. And I got that toilet paper holder because mine fell off the wall, which has left those holes. But this bathroom's going to be painted, so although I'll tell you, I do like the color of it. Whoever picked the colors in this place for the rooms that they painted, they knew how to pick soft colors. Like I always seem to get them so they're a little harsh, so they had the touch, they had the eye. Because this is a nice soft blue. Anyways, let's go back on topic. This is just so poorly done. It just, I don't know how they lived with it. But, I say that, yet I've lived with it for a year. I've been here for a year now. So I just actually got some money that had been held in trust with my lawyer, which I had forgotten about, back. So anyways, this room's also, I've been on the hunt for bookshelves to put in that corner. I want just bookshelves and use them for storage for stuff. And I'm going to put shelves all the way around. Like, I know I've talked about moving this room, but part of me is like, why bother? Why bother? And if I do decide to move it, I can just replicate it over here. But this is the nicer room, to be honest. Like, because it is all drywalled. So I might just say to heck with that. Like, I like this little room. Oh, got myself some silk pillowcases. And then, I don't know if that pillow combo, this might be a bit much. But anyways, I had nice flowered pillows there, but I got the silk pillowcases because everybody's saying it's good for your skin. And I had a credit on my credit card. So I thought, what do I want to spend it on? So I decided to spend it on that. Nice silk pillows. And there's my outfit for a Christmas banquet. It's, this is just stuff I've pulled out of my closet because I did not want to go buy new clothes because I put on some pounds. Can you hear them? They're loud. They're showing. It's still squeeze into that though. It's kind of baggy, so. Anyways, got the front door open. Enjoy I just like the extra sunshine coming in. And there's a little bit, this is a pretty good screen door. I don't feel a lot of cold air coming in there. So, and the bills are pretty reasonable. Anyways, had some excitement. I had a rodent in my house. It was Sunday, several Sundays ago. I had bananas sitting there. Oh, I may even have done a video that morning. Because I think I said I'm going to make myself some banana pancakes. It might have been that day. And, excuse me while I take a sip of my coffee. I went to get a banana to make my banana pancakes. And something had eaten into my banana. This great big, inch-long well. Like about that long. I could almost the width of the banana. And I'm like, oh no, something's eaten my banana. And part of my brain went, maybe this banana is just rotting in a very strange way. It's like, no, you cannot bend reality. Oh, did I tell you the story about this? Okay, one story at a time. Okay, my mom was an operator, and my stepsister gave me that. They found it when they were going through stuff, and obviously somebody gave this to her for a gift. I was thinking maybe your company, and then I got thinking that through and thought, no, I can't imagine, because this is an American company. Oh no, it says appeared in a Bell System National magazine, and she worked for Bell. So, anyways, she kind of looks like my mom did when my mom was young. I'm not kidding. And my mom probably used that exact get up, if not something very similar, because I went to her work once and they had the whole board in front of them with all the different plugs that they plugged in, and it was kind of cool. My mom was a supervisor, so anyways, she did a good job. She worked there till, well, she was in an accident and became disabled, but that was, she was, I'm not going to say close to retirement. You know what? I have to think on that. Maybe 10 years from retirement, 5 years from retirement. No, she was much younger than that. She would have been, I think, in her no, I don't know. I'll have to think on that. Get back to that, because my brain doesn't want to do math. So, anyways, rodent. So, I knew that it was bigger than a mouse, and I could not find any droppings. And I got a live trap. I figured it was like a squirrel or a chipmunk, because, and I put flour on the floor so that I could see the tracks, but I couldn't identify them. So for a week, from Sunday to Sunday, tried all these different things. The little trap, he just kept getting the food out of it. So then I ended up getting a bigger trap, and which was scaring me, because I thought, how big is this animal in my house? And I could hear it at night. It knocked off stuff off the back of the stove, that little pot one night, and that sign another night. So it was coming up from behind there. And I had on the Sunday, I think I'd done a video, because I'm sure I mentioned that my sister's son knew somebody that worked for the Blue Jays and was gifted tickets. I'm going to guess he paid for them, but they had tickets to go to one of the games, not the final game, but one of the playoff games. And she was meeting him at her in-laws' place, because he's coming in from the other side of the country, and like they don't see each other that often because he lives on the other side of the country. So they took this opportunity to have a meal together, everybody get together. And she was in the midst of that when I discovered it, and I thought, I am not troubling her with that. Let her have her good time. I will have to tell her, but we will just give it some time. I'll tell her tomorrow. And anyways, so I told her, and then the Monday night had her come up here, and I had a blanket and a bucket and a towel, and pulled out the fridge and stove, because thought maybe it was hiding in behind there, and had her at the ready with the towel, and me with the bucket kind of thing, and see if we could trap it. Nothing. And I couldn't even find where it was getting in. There was like gaps. There's like a gap right there between the cupboard. You can see where I put the duct tape on. And then there's a gap. You can't see it here, but there's a gap at the counter, like right here, right there, between the counter and the, oh shoot, did that duct tape, no, there's duct tape still on there. Any gaps I could find I was filling. And then there's caulking along the seam of where that counter meets that wall. And like I could see little dust bunnies out from under the fridge, which, I had swept. They shouldn't have been there. So he's brought the dust bunnies out with them. But no poop. Couldn't find poop. So whatever, and there was, dust bunnies because the fridge and stove hadn't been pulled out in a while. So I cleaned that all up. Somewhere in there, I went and got another trap, bigger trap, and pulled out the fridge and stove again another time, and seen where some of the caulking from the counter to the wall had been like there was little shards of it kind of thing, little, like, yeah, let's call it shards, and some scat, but small, on the floor. So, oh my gosh, I was sleeping at night with my door shut and a scarf shoved under the crack in the door. And then I felt so uncomfortable. And so I realized that I had to cover the trap up because he was reaching from outside of the trap to get the food out. So he's too smart to go in. So covered the back of the trap with the towel kind of thing so he couldn't, but he managed to get under the towel. So then I clad it with cardboard and used tie-ons and duct tape to tape up any seams or anything like that. A quick get up. I put it there on a lid of a box and pushed it up against the door. And that was the Saturday night. So it was all clad up, and I had a towel sitting on the table so I could cover it with a towel if I needed to. And I went to bed. And of course, I would go to bed, I shut the door, I got the scarf underneath it, I'm listening to my whatever on my computer, so I can't really hear what's going on out here. But I come out in the middle of the night and I could see that the trap had been triggered. But I didn't know if the animal was in it because it was all clad. So I gave it a little shake, and I heard it scurry inside, and then seen a little bit at the side where it was, sticking its paw out. Well, I didn't see the paw, but I could see the duct tape where it had been shredded a little bit. So it had been working at the one little spot because I had to, when I clad it, still make sure all the mechanisms worked or it wouldn't trigger. So anyways, covered it with the towel, put it out on the porch. Scooched it out on the porch and didn't want to leave it sitting in my house all night. And then I got a hold of my sister the next morning. We decided we were going to take it to a, wilderness area and let it go. I don't know whether there's any sort of bylaws on that, but I mean, what am I going to do with it? So anyways, I didn't want it getting loose in my car. So I got a garbage bag, like a big one, put some holes in it, little breathing holes, put the cage, the whole gizmo, the whole kit and caboodle, box, top and all, in the garbage bag and tied it up and put it in my trunk. And then we drove around trying to find a spot, found a nice spot, and, I wanted to see it. I had my sister standing there, I'm like, take a picture when it comes out. So, but the thing, it hopped out. It was a brown, like a light brown, and it hopped, hop, and it was gone. And did not have a big bushy tail, but did not have a long skinny tail. So, and I know it wasn't a rat or a mouse because there was no droppings, and they leave droppings. And I don't know if it was a big chipmunk, or some people said maybe a weasel, but it wasn't as long as a weasel. I could not identify it. My kids were so upset with me. My youngest son was so mad that and they were all in on this. They were like, I was texting them and texts were going back and forth and phone calls and, because at some point it's like, I'm going to have to call in the troops to help Mom. But I did it. I got it. I got it out of my house, but I couldn't identify it. My youngest son's like, Mom, I want to know what it was. I'm sorry. So, anyways, that was my big excitement. So, and yeah, I guess it was the day before. Yeah, because I showed you that plate because I had taken my stepdad out for dinner or lunch, and we'd had a great time. We went out for brunch. I remember talking about that. Okay, I am going to put you on pause because I've been yakking long enough, and I'm going to get to work on that. And then I'll show you what kind of progress I've made. I got a little laundry and I got to switch that over in a bit. But this is what's happening today. So I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to put a podcast on. I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to take that all off and recock it because I can't stand the sight of it. Okay. So you see my shadow? See my crazy hair? Let's see. I seen it over here. Oh. Oh, see, this is why I don't put myself on camera. That's my hair all on top of my head. I look like a mock kettle. Okay, we'll talk to you in a bit. Hang on. Okay, it's 25-ish to 12. And I've been working for however long I've been working. I've flipped my laundry. I'm listening to a documentary on Picasso, which is absolutely fascinating. And this is how far I've gone. And I realize now I'm going to have to repaint the bathroom. I knew that was going to happen. I did on some level. I knew there would be a mess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish. And then I'm torn because I have a huge bucket of paint downstairs that they use to paint the apartment. And I actually don't mind the color. It's very wheatish. And I'm like, I think that would calm this bathroom down. Look how brown that looks. That's not brown. That's very gray. See the color in the camera? I like that much better. It looks nicer with my toilet holder. So anyways, yeah, I think I might use the paint I have on hand because why not? It's free, and it seems silly to go buy another can of paint. Really, I have to use my head with those things. So I'm going to, and I'd like to redo these cabinets, like with that painting technique that I did on this, which I think is, I mean, I did make the boo-boo at the bottom drawer, but I'm like, do you know how many people are in my bedroom? 0, besides me. 1. It's a party of 1 in here. So, and just make that look, bring that back to life. I might even be able to get some wood repair stuff because the color is just almost in the same family, isn't it? So anyways, I'm getting way ahead of myself. We're going to finish this. My back's starting to hurt just because of the angle that I'm at. But you want to know what? I prefer to look at it with the paint messed up than that. That was driving this girl's brain every day. That kind of stuff, I know, I'm sure there's lots of other people that it works on your brain. See, and that's all, like I'm going to clean that up. Then I'll put some, what do you call it? What's that called? Primer. Touch that all up with primer because it's going to need it for when I do paint. And I'd like to, oh, you can see me. I don't want you to see me. So I don't know if you've seen all of me. We'll find out. Oh, there I am. Looking all haggy and crazy. So anyways, I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to finish this and then I'll come back. We're going to take a look at the time. 20 to 12. Let's see how long that takes. Hang on. Okay. 12:30. I have no idea how long I've been doing this. It was 10:30-ish. Was it? I don't know. Anyways, I'm not done, but I've got a really good start. So I still have lots of cleanup to do, but my back is aching. Like aching. It's just the angle and the angle and the age. And this is I'm gonna have to paint bathroom now, so this is a whole project. But we're gonna start with this, and I'm gonna caulk it. First, I have to finish getting all that out. Then I'm going to prime all around there, and then. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll prime all this, the whole thing, and I'll paint it the color that I have because I got Christmas coming. Oh, I guess you see me. I've got Christmas coming and I don't want to get myself knee deep into a project. Although you never know, I might get it all done. So, but I'm happy with the progress. I'm happy I got it started. Like I said, that was driving me crazy. It was hurting my eyes. So, anyways, I don't know what other news I can give you. I have to eat. I got some of my favorite tomatoes, which are, I'd love to get a new fridge and stove. I'd love to get a Smeg stove. Wouldn't that be as cute as a button, little Smeg stove? I don't know, fridge. I don't know if they do stoves. But, here's the thing. Am I going to be redoing these cupboards? because the configuration is right there, does not allow for a very big fridge. They could have done a different configuration and like had two big cupboards, one that went higher for the fridge. I don't know, but that's stuff I would have to get a carpenter, and I don't have a lot of money. Like I'm fine. I can provide for myself, and I'm happy, very, very thankful. Thank you, God, at this point in my life, and things are stable. So I really, really appreciate that. Speaking of, I don't know if I mentioned that I settled with my former company, and I got the money that they've been withholding, and that's behind me now. So that's such a big, huge relief off my mind. That and getting the rodent out of my house. That and I got a new boss now. My job was this new job with the boss that I had, who we found a way to work together, but it wasn't one of the best working relationships that I've had. I will say that. I do not want to speak ill of anybody, but it was at times very painful. And for me, I can only speak for myself. I just had not experienced that with a boss before, so it was different. And I mean, over the years, you work with difficult people and you kind of get used to it. And I did. I got used to it, and I learned how to work around them and stuff like that. But there was an agony to it in my heart, in that I had been with a company where I was very comfortable for many years. And, going to work was no big deal. You got up and you went to work. You came home, you did your thing. And then this was like feeling sick going to work all the time. And anyways, I'm not going to go too much into it, but I have a new boss. And even though we had, we've had difficulty with the banking situation, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to talk about work too much, but he's wonderful. He's just a nice human being. And he's like, his mom